helps, and welcome to Icon Property Group TV. And on this channel we talk about everything property, real estate related, property market in South Africa. And today we have two very special guests. Both of them are relatively new within the brand, Anwar, Arendse, and of course Zubayr as well. And they're from our WATERGATE team. And the rest of the team couldn't be here today, but we hope to have them in the future. But enough about that. Let's hand over and just get the guys to introduce themselves. Anwar, you go first. Let's break the ice with you. Welcome.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. A good day to all of your followers, to all of our followers, sorry. So I'm Anwar Arendse. I'm from Rocklands Mitchell's Plain, property practitioner, wanting to be in the market to service the people to the best of my ability.
Well, I mean, we're going to get more onto service to the best of your ability shortly. That's a big promise, and we'll get to that soon. But Zubayr, please introduce yourself. How are you, Mr. Zubayr Botha?
Hi, good day, people. I'm honored to be here today. I'm Zubayr Botha. I'm from Portland's area. I'm a property practitioner.
Zubayr, why are you so nervous? You don't like the lens? I mean, just talk as if we normally talk.
This is actually my first podcast ever, and I don't go live on Facebook or things like
Never?
that. I'm quite a private person,
right?
to be honest.
Right. And if this is what it's going to take to be successful in business, are you going to do it?
Of course I'm going to do it. That's why I'm here today.
Yeah. Well, Zubayr, I think so often we make a bigger deal of it than what it actually is. I just said now, before we went live, I said, I hate being on social media. I truly do, and I'm honest about it. But it's the thing is, for me, it's just that we have to. It's where we are at the moment. It's part of my work. It's part of what I do. And I try to keep this personality as authentic as possible. So when people meet me, it is who I am. I never want to try and create an image on there that's not the reality of what things are behind the scene. And that's the one thing I don't like about social media. Sometimes I meet people, when I meet them in real life, I'm like, who are you? You don't even look like your profile picture, and that kind of thing I want to always get away from. Is that what you are concerned about, or is it just the fact that you're a private person?
It's just the fact that I'm a private person, to be honest with you. Yeah, actually, my whole life I've been a private person.
Really?
So, yeah.
Your house is public. You drive in public. You with me? And I was just saying to Sumaya earlier, if you have a beautiful car, you drive it in public. If you have a beautiful home, everyone drives past it, they see how beautiful it is. But if you have a beautiful personality and a beautiful business, why not take that public? What's wrong with that?
So true, Gary.
It's simple.
And change is good as well. If you want your life to change, then you also have to change.
Yeah. Well, I can predict how 2026 is going to be for you. It's going to be exactly the same as 2025, unless you change. So it's good to change. It's good to be uncomfortable. It means you're being challenged. I think it's not bad. Anwar, you more relaxed in front of the lens?
Yeah, no.
You've got like a lens over there. I'm live on TikTok because of you now. Oh my golly gosh. I'm so old school, my kids laugh at me when they hear this stuff on me.
Yeah, no, this is me, my natural element. It's not that I like the camera, but it's just I love socializing and meeting new people. And the best way to meet new people, social media.
The best way to meet new people is social media. How has that worked out for you? You've had a terrific business. You're re-establishing that business, your burger business. We're going to talk about that shortly. We're going to bring that into it because it's part and parcel of, I think, our relationship. But how has social media served you well over the couple of years that you've been on social media?
If it wasn't for social media, I don't think we would have grown as tremendously as we did within that short,
space of time.
Because again, right now for any business, the playing fields are level when it comes to social media. All you need to do is just hit the spot with hooks, with great content, and you will definitely be seen. And that's what we obviously emulated over the past couple of years. And I contribute that to us growing as we did. If it wasn't for Facebook, where we are now currently live, I don't think we would have seen I don't think I would have been seen in public as I am, seen. Sometimes I'm driving randomly in the car, and you hear, "Come haal your burgers," So that's the best part of social media, that you can get connected to literally anyone and anywhere in the world.
Well, I mean, social media for me has become one of the greatest meritocracies of our time. Is that it's the playfield has been evened out. Anyone can be super successful, as you just quite correctly pointed out.
Correct.
But how do we utilize this meritocracy called social media and not mislead people? This is the key, I think, that I'm so concerned about. Is that there's a lot of fake bitcoins out there. There's fake billionaires out there. Everyone's got Lambos now and private jets and all this other nonsense. And all I'm simply saying is we must be so careful, because we are in a service industry and we are representing people at most of the time at the highest level of their asset base. You are put in charge of it. There's such a high level of trust. How do we protect that authenticity, Anwar?
I think I'll speak for myself, and that is actually something I try to be very careful with when it comes to being online and how you present yourself and what you say, because well, it's there for the world to see, So I think it's just be who you are in person, be that person online, because you actually mentioned this by the last sales meeting we had, and when you are in sales, especially in real estate, you will be caught out real quick, and the true person will be shown instantly. Especially if we work in the conditions that we have now, where it's
this is not a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
Thousands of people are watching. And going to be watching. Now they meet you in the thing, they discover you've got a Fidelity Fund certificate, but you don't even know how to fill out a deed of sale.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And then there's these brokers out there that says, well, trust me with your 3 million rand house. I've got an FFC, but I can't fill out. That's what scares me personally, as someone that I've been in this business for a while. That concerns me. And doesn't it concern you?
No, it does. And what I'm currently doing now, what I've implemented in my conversation with a client, if I don't know the answer, and I actually spoke to Zubayr on the way here, if I don't know the answer, I'll humbly say, ma'am, sir, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find it out for you, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that is something that you also mentioned when we were doing our sales training. So I think it's just being humble, because not a lot of people, you look at other people on social media, like I'm looking at Joe Lombard. I really look up to that guy. He's doing amazing, and if you are not humble in a way, you would portray yourself as him, but can you actually put in the work that he's putting in?
Who's Joe Lombard?
Surf? No? Surf, the property agency. He's the top agent. He was the top agent in SA. Joe Lombard.
Okay, wonderful.
He's a great guy. I actually look up to him. I follow him on Instagram.
Huge respect, Mr. Lombard. If you're the best, and huge respect from us.
But what I'm trying to say is, you look at someone like that, and there's a lot of people, and I've seen it before, that tries to be that person, but you get caught out real quick, and it shows, I guess, in your work as well.
Let me tell you something. You can't fake a work ethic. You can't fake hard work. You can try. I've seen many people come and go, and I've been in all businesses, a lot of different kind of businesses. I've had alcohol businesses. I've had all kinds of businesses. There's one, you can talk a good game, but you can't fake hard work. And Mr. Joe Lombard didn't get there without hard work. Endless amounts of hours, countless amounts of phone calls. And I find so many agents, they want to earn 100, 200,000, and they can. They can earn this money, but they won't put in the hard work. What's your take on that? You've run a successful burger business, hell of a hard work. You and your wife put in countless hours. You know what it takes to build a business. You also know what it's like when that business doesn't work out. That feeling is like you're losing a loved one.
Correct.
Am I correct?
Like fingers being cut off, literally.
They compare it to losing a family member. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I was never naturally good at sales until I started my business.
Right.
And when I now transitioned to real estate from hospitality,
Right.
I saw the amount of work that needs to go in behind the scenes. You can't just this is how I was when I came into the industry. I was like, I got a big social media network, I got a big client base. All I'm gonna do is a couple of videos, and then boom, I will have signed mandates. It's not like that. It's not like that.
You know what I love about you is your honesty. That's what I love.
And I was like, okay. So now what do I need to do? And what I'm honestly trying to implement, and there's just some discipline issues that I still need to get rid of, as the
undisciplined issues.
Undisciplined issues, yeah. The 10-3-10 method, and Othello, big shout out to Othello as well. He showed us something Saturday. 4 Saturdays ago. He showed us also another method. So I'm trying to implement that, but obviously in my own way because of everything else that I've got going on. So I think it literally comes down to discipline, and if you don't have that discipline, it will obviously show.
Yeah. Zubayr, when I met you, motor car spares sales. It's nothing wrong. I used to sell socks on the streets of Cape Town. That's my background. I lived off a fire. I come from nothing of nothing. So I have huge respect for anybody that comes from anything and you have to work your way up. It's not easy. So never despise those moments. That's what's made you who you are today. But now you're dealing with a product where the rules of engagement is different.
Yes, that's for the seller and the buyer. You need to keep both happy. Offer your best service so that they can obviously trust you and recommend you to more people. And don't overpromise them because it will get you at the end of the road.
I mean, but let's get into the crux of it. We're talking real estate. Both of you are from Mitchell's Plain. I don't live in Mitchell's Plain. I've done many deals over the years, commercial, big, small. Melissa, the CEO of the firm, she was involved with the Westridge. I think over there she sold 472 of those houses. She sold. That was many years ago. I can mention the name of the developers and whatever the land. We spoke at length through that. But you guys arguably have got one of the most profitable property sectors in Cape Town at your disposal. Do you realize that?
Had a question? Yeah, no, I actually realized that now over the past couple of months.
Why
now? Firstly, there's over 700 plus houses for sale in Mitchell's Plain alone, and that alone shows.
Say that again.
There's over 700 plus houses for sale. So you can reference that to Property 24. Currently for sale, but that is just what is seen in public. There's so many other people that are doing private sales, but it's just Mitchell's Plain. It just has this. If you come to Mitchell's Plain for a week, you're not gonna want to leave, Mitchell's.
Oh, some people would debate that.
So yeah, no, I think I lost my train of thought.
No. What you're saying is, I asked you, did you realize that Mitchell's Plain is the buoyant, the vibrant, economical hub that it is? Do you realize what you've got at your fingertips?
Yes, and when it comes to look at Mitchell's Plain and Khayelitsha, it was mentioned in an article not too long ago that Mitchell's Plain and Khayelitsha contributes the most combined to the GDP. To the GDP. So that in essence means that there is money to be made, there we go. And there's a lot of buying power in Mitchell's Plain, so yeah. I don't know what else to
But
actually
let
comment
me
on.
help you on that. Let me help you on that. Here's the thing, that many people had the opportunity to start a burger business in Mitchell's Plain. You're not the first one to think of it. You're not the first one to try it. But somehow your business took off just differently. Many people are doing real estate in Mitchell's Plain, but they're not digging into it. And what I see is that most agents in Mitchell's Plain, and including us, and that's why we're getting a bit deeper now, is they're just scratching at the surface. And what they do is they think, oh, but if I can sell in Camspan, just give me 1 second. I don't know how to put this off. You'll have to help me here to put this off.
Oh, you live with someone?
I am, but put it off. Sorry, we are literally live with someone. We're going to put it off.
Okay, we off.
So the whole thing is, I don't want to go unlive. I just want to go.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
You never know who you live with.
Well, I'm sure you would tell us a few stories. But I'm saying is that a lot of them are just scratching at the surface and they're not getting into the market. What is your game plan? We spoke initially when you joined the brand. We're not going to mention the name of the other brand. I've got a lot of respect for any person that started a company. But it's still an open market in South Africa. Our agents leave to other brands come over to us. It's a normal process. It's a normal, sort of sequence of events. What is your plan with Mitchell's Plain? What's your plan with Stonfontein, property related? Where do you see yourself in 12 months from now, realistically speaking?
In what sense? Like
as a broker?
As a broker?
Yeah.
I honestly see myself selling about 5 to 10 houses on a monthly basis within the next 12 months.
So from month 13 onwards, you want to do about 5 sales a month?
5 sales a month. That's what I'm pushing towards. And
that's a huge, listen, it's not impossible, but it's a huge discipline. What else?
I would want to find myself in commercial. I want to, not immediately, because I obviously still have a lot to learn,
yes.
like a lot. But I do want to find myself in the commercial space where property development is concerned. And not just property development, but I want to actually help the business that is going to be on that land develop itself. So where business consulting is concerned, I would actually love to just dive deep within not just the real estate part, but the business part, and try to develop the business to ensure that it is successful on the land that is developed for, say the business.
All right, fantastic. So, Zubayr, where do you see yourself within 12 months within the Mitchell's Plain property landscape as an estate agent? Do you still see yourself in the business within 12 months from now?
Of course I do, Gary.
You do?
Yes.
It's tough? It's a tough business?
It is tough, yes, but you have to be consistent. Consistency is the key. You have to break your old habits, like Anwar mentioned, the discipline. It's very vital. This morning, me and my wife, actually, we walked the kid to school and we handed out a few flyers.
Right.
So you need to always keep going. So within 12 months, I would definitely see myself selling at least 3 houses a month.
That's fantastic.
As taking your advice and your mentoring.
Yeah.
Those weekly meetings that you give us on a Friday, that's very vital towards us. It's almost like you recharge us by coming through and encouraging us again.
It's a great pleasure to be there.
And it's good having you there, Gary.
Yeah. Let's get a little bit deeper into it. I mean, why Icon, Anwar? I mean, and again, you guys know me offset, you know me on the live. I mean, I'm pretty much the same. I mean, I always like genuine answers. I don't want to create an ostentatious image because that for me is just terrible. Why Icon?
For me personally, a lot of people obviously know I worked for previously within real estate, but the Holy Spirit led me to Icon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
That's like a guy from Bali saying, you know, the Buddha led him, you know, that type of thing.
Nah, something, the day I met you in Kuils River, look, you were not supposed to be in the field, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I wasn't, yeah.
We were not supposed to be double booked.
No, we weren't. It was the seller that got her wires crossed. Yeah.
By chance it happened, and in all honesty, the Holy Spirit, put Jesus Christ first,
Sure.
Lord and Savior, and something just told me, you need to go.
Right.
Icon is the way. I do not know why, but I'm finding out why now.
Why would you say, what has been different with us on this journey with this brand that's different from...
Gary, who wakes up on a Saturday morning at 5 to make it for a meeting at 7? What company?
People that's serious about making money.
What company does that?
People that's serious
firstly,
about making money.
like in all honesty, that's firstly that right there, and the training. There's just something different about the training. Not just yourself. But look at this. I come out of call center, and I've been in the BPO space for almost 6 years, 7 years, and then I moved into hospitality, and now I'm here. So that's the three industries I've been in. But never have I seen a setup this committed.
To wanting, look at those people behind the scenes.
To wanting everyone to succeed. And
but I mean, audience is watching now. How do they not know you're just talking a whole lot of smack?
I would then tell them to come and see for themselves. And as everyone knows me online, I'm unfiltered. You know, this is the truth. And if I
bring the Bible, bring the Bible.
Yeah,
let's
bring the Bible.
This man in.
If it didn't sit right in my spirit, and my spirit, it didn't sit right in my spirit with my previous company. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was just it. Yeah, it's a whole different.
And it doesn't mean the previous company.
Not at all. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly. We should just clear that up.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But sometimes when you find your people, you find your purpose.
There we go. And I think my purpose there's just something here that is waiting for me. That is on my journey to success. And success is not financially. Don't get me wrong. But where true wealth is concerned, I think this is part of it. You know, and.
But a lot of people have Virgin Active memberships, but they still don't lose weight. You still got to do the work. You still got to do the work. You can have the best gym membership, but you can still be fat.
That is so true.
And this is a big thing. Yeah. So you've got to still do the work.
That is so true.
Is it making sense? And I think that's one thing within Icon that a lot of people, I said it before and I'll say it again, I'm just out there as well, is where we are as a brand is I can give you a system, I can give you a formula, that's produced R1 million or 2 million or 3 million or 4 million a year. But if you don't do the work, you're going to be the guy with the gym membership, but no results. And that's the key, it's the hard work. You can't fake hard work. And I think these guys over here, I admire them, they sit up with a lot of my nonsense. I'm not the easiest character, but they work extremely hard and it shows up eventually, you know. So why Icon? Why not any other agency?
Icon is actually a very supportive agency. We all help each other out.
Right.
We all wish each other well. Whenever Anwar has a deal, if he has a property and needs a buyer, he won't be selfish and try to seek for the buyer himself. If he finds out that you have a buyer, he will say, bring the buyer, so both of us can eat.
So there's a supportive culture, that's what you say?
Yes, correct, exactly.
I think I should go deeper. Because that's like...
That's okay, that's quite deep, that's good. Let me tell you something. I interview hundreds of agents across Southern Africa. In this past week, I've spoken to 20 agents across South Africa. What we deem as normal here is unheard of. No support, mentors not available. By the way, if you join Icon Property Group, I'm not micromanaging you, but I'm here to help you grow your personal business. I'll help you grow your personal income if you're willing to do the work. That's what I commit to publicly. But what I won't do is I won't change your nappies for you and you're going to get paid commission. That's never going to happen. So I'm brutally honest about that. But why Icon? Supportive culture, fantastic. Why else?
The mentoring that come from you, Gary, it's what I believe every agent out there starting out, even the agents that are out there, are they a bit despondent, if they must be under your mentoring.
Don't bring all the despondent people, please. We don't need that.
It will bring
Please.
it will be a huge change. Like you even had me and my family like jogging along the main road.
That video of this guy's jogging, making a video. It's like, oh my Lord.
So there's a lot of inspiration here.
All right.
And a lot of good energy.
All right. Why do you love working in the Mitchells Plain market, Anwar? Why do you love it? I see you talking about tafelsig, and then the next minute, you know, you're on your Christian content, and then you're promoting, and then you're quite busy. But I love it. But why do you love serving the people of Mitchells Plain?
You know, I think I made a statement or remark. I made a statement in one of our meetings that I would actually want to find myself on the Atlantic seaboard. This was about 2 months, a month back, and I want to just retract that and say that I think I want to find myself in Mitchells Plain because of the people. There's just something. A lot of people are not. They need help. They need honest help. And yeah, we know we need to obviously make money to pay everything. Money is at the core, right?
It's not at the core. People are at the core.
People are at the core, but we still obviously need to get paid for our
services
right?
rendered.
But as what I would personally want to do different is go above and beyond that. And I was warned previously not to do that, and that is just not me as a person. You know, I always want the best for people.
But you've got to remember, you're servicing a seller, and above and beyond. Be careful when above and beyond deflects you from your ethical or legal obligations towards your client. So I don't think there's a problem with going beyond and above, but I think a lot of agents lose sight of the fact that you've been mandated legally and according to the constitution of the PPRA, the legislation of South Africa, to represent the seller. And I've seen people lose sight of that because of emotions. And I think that's what people, like us, we've been in the game for a long time, and I've seen that thing go horribly wrong. Service, of course, service beyond expectation, that is literally what we stand for. But when does it override your mandate and your ethical obligations to your employer, which is actually your seller? And I think that's what you just got to be cautious of.
Got you.
Does it make sense? What else? Why do you love serving Mitchells Plain?
I like serving Mitchells Plain because I come from Mitchells Plain. So
how long have you been living there, Zubayr?
Me, basically all my life.
21 years? It's a joke, it's a joke. How long? How many years?
Basically 40 years.
Wow.
So 40 years, yes. And I myself now am a property owner for about 7 years. And I see the trap that most people fall into, and all of my friends out there, I wish all of them their own property. And the trap I'm talking about is doing sports scene, doing cars, doing all of that necessary stuff, and not securing a property. And even though you may be going to inherit your parents' property, it doesn't mean you cannot own another one.
Yeah.
Because if you have 3 kids and you only have one house, it's gonna also end up to a window house or a servant quarter situation, which is not nice. So if we can take the struggle for our kids, it will push them into a better future, so they don't have to focus on the things we needed to focus, just to create stability for us. So then they can focus on becoming doctors and lawyers. And
we should actually call Zubayr's podcast, when we build him, we should actually call his podcast My Second and Third Home. I'm being dead serious. Make a note of that. You can laugh now, but literally as he grows, you call his podcast My Second and Third Home, and you literally guide people into that. I promise you, because you're speaking to a social and economical disposition of many people's mindset. That's what you're speaking to. And you can only speak to it because you've lived there for 4 decades. And sometimes you need someone that sees clearly to come and speak clearly. And that could be something for his podcast. To the fellow, make a note of that. My Second and Third Home. I guarantee you it's going to be a hit in Mitchells Plain, Khayelitsha, those areas. It will be a huge hit. I promise you, make a note of that. Watch the space, you know, but that's wonderful.
Thanks, Sterling.
What's one of the most valuable lessons you've learned to date now, Anwar? Where's your mind at? Big smiles here, the show is going
I just love
bonkers.
Zubayr, man.
The way he answers stuff, he just sees life so differently. But that's what makes South Africa wonderful. I just came back from Paris, I just came back from the Middle East, I just came back from Turkey. And South Africa, 12 languages. 12 languages. Official languages, not immigrants. Not visited, official. I mean, to survive here, to live here, to understand the complexity of these markets, you've got to be something else. And what I love about, you can have two guys working in Mitchell's Plain, but there's a subculture, and there's a culture, and there's a subculture. And I think Zubayr is like a subculture of the subculture, which I love. I love that, Zubayr. What's one of the most valuable lessons you've learned in real estate so far that you've been with ICON, now that you've been with ICON?
Valuable lessons.
Same question for Zubayr coming up.
Would you like to answer first?
Proper paperwork is very important.
Proper paperwork produces profit.
Profit, yes. So in order to get paid, your documents must all be in order, your FICA and all of those things. And another thing I learned was like being transparent. That is one of the most important things when you're dealing with your clients, buyer and seller. Be as transparent as possible.
Right. Were you never transparent before?
I'm always transparent.
Oh, you're saying it as if like, I have learned now. But that's good. That's good. Anwar, what are the most valuable lessons you've learned?
I think with the deal that went through now recently, tenants. To all the homeowners out there, don't do it yourself. Seek help where tenants are concerned, because you can get the short end of the stick if you want the tenants out. So where tenants are concerned, seek help first, professional help, and then you make the decision from there as a property owner.
Yeah. Anwar, people are watching this live, maybe they're watching it a week from now, they see you. If they meet you in person, what can they expect from you as a property practitioner?
What can they expect?
If they're going to employ you now, Anwar, please, you come and represent us in terms of our sale. We're selling in Westridge, Eastridge, Sonfontein, Philippi, whatever. What can we expect from you, sir, as a professional?
I would honestly say going the extra mile once more.
What does that mean? Everyone says that. That's everyone's basically pick-up line.
Fair enough. Whether it is, I had to Uber a client to our offices yesterday. So, yeah, I don't know. That's like going the extra mile, you know.
That's unusual.
Yeah, that something to that effect, you know. Like I would want to do something for a client that has never been done for them.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but I know it's going the extra mile. So that is what they can expect from me, and obviously just transparency, and that's what I also learned of my last deal, is to be as transparent as possible, as quick as possible.
Big on this show.
As quick as possible.
Yeah, speed is your ally.
Speed, and I wouldn't want to raise my laurels on not being as fast as possible when it has to be. If the Lexus report comes through, so a Lexus report is something that we get from our attorneys, and it gives us the latest feedback or comments of the deal. And the minute it comes through, I would love to just phone the buyer and the seller, keep them updated, and that is something I also learned of my last deal.
Very good.
At the speed, and it's just going the extra.
I don't even do that. No.
Yeah, and that is what I want to implement moving forward.
Yeah.
But speed, transparency, and going the extra mile.
I mean, you've got some big competitors in your market, Zubayr. You've got the likes of, all the big agencies. I'm not going to mention their name. I certainly think we're one of the top 5 agencies in that province, in that market for sure. Zubayr, what are people going to expect when they're dealing with you? You come across very shy, you come across very withdrawn. I mean, not qualities people look for within an estate agent necessarily, especially if you're representing $1 million or $2 million on acquisition.
So proper communication is very
Alright.
important. And what I've seen that most other agents do is they just secure the mandate, and then it's almost like they abandon the seller, so they don't communicate
So what
properly.
you're saying is commitment.
Commitment, yes, exactly, commitment, proper communication, letting the seller know how far the process is, how many viewers we will have. I've seen agents out there do many things that is basically against the book, and at the end of the day I see it leads up to where they actually want to make the seller feel that their property is not that value, so that they can get it sold quicker.
All right, that's fantastic. I just want to turn it a little bit this way. That's my live. A little bit more, a little bit more. I don't want to get Anwar out of it, but there we go. So hopefully that will work a little bit of love. Yeah, that's amazing. And who do you think you are able in the next 3 years, 36 months? Do you think you're able to become one of the top 10 estate agents individually within that market space, 36 months?
Yes, definitely, Gary.
Why do you think so? You say that very confidently. That's probably one of the most confident yeses we've got in this whole show.
Because I like to service people. To be honest with you, my career took off as servicing people. So I'm a qualified lab assistant. I've been working for Western Cape Blood Service. I've been working there 12 years. And it was always about the patient at the end of the line. And
A little bit.
now it's about people that doesn't own property, or people struggling. And as you mentioned on one of your TikTok videos, that before you struggle and lose, rather sell and walk away with something.
Yeah, that's a big thing. A lot of people are losing their houses to auctions. They can't afford to payment. We've got a high unemployment rate, a lot of job uncertainty in the country. Sometimes people just can't afford to maintain those home loans anymore because of that. And that's another topic. That's another big topic for your show. It's a huge topic. Zubayr, you should tap into it. And I mean that, because you speak to a market in Mitchell's Plain that can relate to that. So you must make a note of that. That's a big topic for your podcast. Yeah.
And it was actually because of the interest rate that went up so huge, and I personally felt that because my bond went up like by 2,000 extra.
Yeah.
And
that was a big jump for you.
It was a huge jump, and that is where many people were forced to sell.
Yeah.
And redirect.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's something bad.
Yeah. And what's going to separate you from other agents? I mean, it's all good and well to be good in front of the camera. It's all good and well to have a history of a business. It's all good and well to be able to articulate yourself well. But how does all of that translate to how are you going to become one of the top 10 agents in Mitchell's Plain within the next 36 months?
Taking them on the journey, I guess. And that journey is not just me selling your home. Again, of my last deal, I would want to make sure that you find your next place. And I know you are national sales director, and I don't know how you're going to take this, but even if you are calling me to sell your home, and there's just something not right. Why would you want to sell it? And it's not a case where they should sell it. I wouldn't want that for them to lose their house. You know?
If that's the best possible professional advice,
yeah.
Then what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
That's our job. Our job
That's
as an estate agent is not only to tell people when to sell, but it's also to tell people when not to sell.
When not to sell.
That's your job.
So I think that's also going to be my what would make me different, because I'm honestly not in this industry for the money. You know, I've seen money. I've seen a lot of money. Also lost a lot of money. I'm here to really make an impact, and as you know, I would love a 10% of my commission to go towards a fund, and once that fund is filled up to capacity, I would like to build a Wendy house fully furnished for not random people, but people in Mitchell's Plain, because that's what they truly deserve. I wish I could give them more, But that's just me coming from my spiritual background now, wanting to give, and that's why I find myself also in this industry. But what I've learned with people now currently, over the past couple of months was, our people honestly, there's still a lot that property owners needs to learn that they don't know of, where their estate is concerned, winding up the estate, having a will, and the impacts that has, on not the now generation, but the generation to come. And that is something that I also want to leave the family with. And I had this, I don't know, maybe you can comment on it. So if mom's house is bond free, right, and the daughter or the son has a well-off job, and they got a good job, and they qualify for the bond, would it be advisable to buy mom's house and then to give that money to the family, but then to buy more property from the money that is then being made and build wealth within that family? Because a lot of families are in that position where the son or the daughter, they have a good job right now, mom and dad's house is bond free. Buy the house. When that money comes back into the family, you take that money and you go and buy more property with it, and then just maybe start flipping or start renting out and build that wealth and that legacy for the family. And it's something that I'm trying to put together as a pitch also as I come into discussion with my clients, because that is something that I would want for people in Mitchell's Plain, not just to obviously sell their house, but to have wealth with it.
That's a big question, and one should be so careful not to address that question too quickly, because it's one of those very challenging questions, and you've really got to get into it, and that's something that you've got to open up to an audience at some point, and good content for when you and I do a one-on-one podcast, and we can actually look into that and dwell into that. On principle, it sounds good on the but you've got to get into it. It's not as simple as it is, but good principle idea, but you've got to get into the detail and on the merits of everyone's unique situation when it comes to that type of thing. Not a blanket statement you want to make. So, how good are we for time? Can we just move this phone a little bit? We're doing this all on live. It's good. If you just joined in, my name's Gary Phelps, Icon Property TV, Anwar Arendse. We've got Zubayr with us as well, and we're talking property. They are from our Mitchell's Plain branch out in Cape Town. They are only two of the members. We've got other people that couldn't be here today. Next time, within 4 weeks, they'll be back. But so lovely to have you. If you have any questions about property, real estate, Mitchell's Plain specifically, Strandfontein, drop us a message. We'd love to look at it and hear what you say. We've got a few minutes left. Are we still good for time? That's good. Thank you so much for that. Are we good for time still? How much minutes do we have left? We're good. 10 minutes. If you had to describe to someone my leadership style, how would you describe it? I mean, a lot of people have called me an asshole. They've called me impossible to work with. They've called me very difficult to work with. They've called me a bully. They've called me many things. And that's fine. That's when you try and do anything significant in life, not everyone's going to agree with you. So that's something I've accepted in life. How would you describe me, Zubayr, as a leader? People's watching, maybe they want to join. They're like, One guy phoned me, as a matter of fact. He said, Gary, I would never want to work under your leadership because you look like someone that's going to drill me as a drill sergeant. How would you describe me?
Your leadership is very strong, but it's well needed.
Is it controlling?
Controlling?
I mean, do you feel like I'm controlling you as a leader? Micromanaging you?
Some people will, maybe.
But how do you? That's the question. Not some people. You sound like a politician now. You're deflecting.
So
how do you see it?
I don't see it as controlling, but I see it as you come through very strong as a leader, but I see the goodness behind it, that you actually want to get out of it, the direction. But obviously, if you're not going to want to be myself or anyone under your leadership, if we're not going to want to step in that direction, and then we're going to look at it and say it's controlling. But as soon as you step in it, you actually see that it is necessary. And today, me sitting here,
all right,
was basically a plain example.
You didn't want to do this.
No, because I was camera shy, but
Look at you now, you're like a natural.
so yes, so basically, if you're gonna look at Gary in the wrong way, and then you're gonna see Gary in the wrong way, if you're gonna look at him in the right way, it's gonna be a benefit for you.
I think of leadership sometimes as marriage, and I think of like women that leaves their husbands are like, and then the guy they marry after that. You were complaining about Joe, but Mike is leaving. And it's the same with men. Some men leave their wives for like another woman, and you think it will be better, and like you chose worse. And I think it's the same in business. Is that like me being where I am? I've seen people leave this company, and what astonishes me is sometimes 3 years later, like you left us, and 3 years later there's nothing left of their career, and it saddens me because there's potential within them that has died. And I think sometimes it's not because of me being controlling, but I think sometimes, as you said, people don't want to change. They don't want to be led. And I believe you can never be an amazing leader until you learn to be an amazing follower. Show me any amazing leader, I'll show you an amazing follower. If you can't follow instructions, you'll never be able to execute leadership. And I think that's the big challenge that we have in life in general. But speaking about real estate, so many people, and I think I've got the eye for it. I can see someone that can be brilliant in this business. I'll say that very confidently. I can see them, I can meet them online, I can see, you'll make it. And I see them sell themselves short over and over, and that saddens me the most. But thank you for that answer. Anwar, how do you describe me as a real estate business mentor, whatever?
I think we had a Friday sales meeting. I think it was about 3 weeks ago, and
right.
you told me in front of everyone, but I'm your national sales director. I don't know if you remember the conversation. And I looked at you and I was like, if this was Anwar 6 years ago,
you'd have walked out.
I would have walked out. But because I've been in the leadership role myself for the past 7 years, I understand where you're coming from, and I don't think anyone, not like you said also, not anyone is going to have you as their cup of tea.
That's fine.
But what I see in you as a leader, I see you as a iron sharpens iron, and you can definitely sharpen anyone in this industry, and that is also something that pulled me towards the company. And then I got to meet everyone else. I was like, okay, so I guess you sharpen them as well. So what if I'm going to be here for this has only been 2 months?
Jesus, I mean, you've only been here 2 months.
What is the next 2 years not going to look like?
No, look, if you apply yourself, I had a mentor. Most of you wouldn't survive a week under him. Ruthless, brutal. But he made me into who I am today. He played a role into who I am today. My thinking, my way of doing things. Most people wouldn't survive. I mean, I was there on a 7-year spree. I was the longest guy there. Most people that came there lasted 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. They couldn't keep it up. But diamonds are formed under pressure.
I'll share something with you. Someone randomly came to me at WATERGATE, and they told me, don't leave Gary.
Yeah.
Just randomly out of nowhere. Just don't leave Gary. He's a prophet. Well, what you take from that, sorry now, sorry, but what you take from that is you. But it's moments like that, that makes me believe that it's not just the service or what you put. There's just something more. I'm here, I'm committed, and I want to see what's going to happen.
Said that. My ex-girlfriend said, I'm here to come, and then she did.
But maybe they were speaking about the properties in
Guys, I think we've got 2 or 3 minutes left, but here's the thing is what are we talking about? So if you're just joining us, Icon Property Group TV, and I think what we're doing is we're loosening up the engine, we're loosening up all the joints a little bit, and we are gearing ourselves as a national brand to do things completely different than it's being done before. Zubayr and obviously Anwar is with me on the show. We've got about 2 or 3 minutes left. Zubayr, what did you learn about, what is the one thing you learned today on today's show? Zubayr, sorry. I looked at Anwar like, Zubayr.
Okay.
I personally learned that don't underestimate yourself. I thought I was going to sit here today.
Let's give the man a round of applause.
Thanks, guys.
Well.
Thanks, guys. I thought I was going to sit here.
The ice has been broken, my man.
I thought I was going to sit here with a mouthful of dentures today. But actually the
It's a big
dentures
mouthful
did
of
very well. So yeah, so don't underestimate yourselves, guys, and
No, hold on. That's the thing you learned. You got to answer yourself. That's the one thing. The next thing is, what did you love the most about today?
I love that we can sit like this as family, and we can have like this is like a whole genuine conversation. Like no one is feeling uncomfortable. No one is saying stuff to make the next person feel offended. Like we can all just natural selves, and we can still salute each other and things like that. Where if you sit at other meetings or podcasts, there's only one person that wants to be the one ruling and
blah blah blah.
Exactly.
This is the new first podcast.
But he's watched many online, obviously. This is so cool. This is what I love about it. Anwar, for you, what's the one thing that you've learned today?
I've learned that what did I learn? I love this. So now I'll start with that.
Go with the love, yeah.
Yeah, I love this. This is.
What is this?
What's happening here? The operation that you got going here, because this is my domain. I love this. This is different. So the podcast that we got going, Icon Property Group's TV.
Icon Property Group TV, yeah.
TV. So big shout out to the team back there for making this possible. What I learned is that the culture here is definitely different.
Definitely.
Although it was who are we? You asked us some questions, but just sitting here for the past couple of minutes has taught me that the culture here is different. And
how would you describe the culture, Anwar? I mean, let's take a minute on that. We're going to run out of time. But, you've got 30 seconds. How would you describe the culture?
Definitely not fun, because I haven't been out of
fun
office.
Leads to losses.
Yeah,
fun leads to losses, my friend.
Definitely not fun.
Let's have fun.
Yeah,
I've never met people that have fun every day. They always run into bloody losses.
Definitely not fun. But the culture here is driven, and driven in many aspects. Goal driven to succeed. So that's the culture, and that is what I needed, I guess, in this time of my life where I am right now. So perfect place to be. Icon Property.
That's amazing. What question do you have for me? Maybe you have 1 or 2 questions for me before you run out of time. What question, if you can ask me any question, what question would that be?
To be honest with you, how do you do what you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It like really takes a lot. I can like see you online, you in meetings,
late night live.
You coming to office, and then after that you're having a jog with Melissa before that. So how do you?
And we've got 3 kids. I mean, how do I do all of that as well? I mean, like, how did we produce them? I mean, here's the thing. The thing is, this is life. This is life. You think babies are carried by a stalk? Here's the thing. Mark Twain said something. Mark Twain said, there's 2 of the most important days in your life is the day you are born and the day you find out why. And for me, I was born for business. I was born to raise up other leaders. I was born to raise up people to make a lot of money, to live extremely well, and to discover that life is not about just living as a peasant. And what I love about my worldview is I don't look at the worldview in color. I don't see people in color. I'll say this publicly and privately. I don't see color. Don't talk to me about color. I've been to enough countries on this earth to know that color is irrelevant. It's a political propaganda machine that people use. I don't believe in it. So when I look at people, I see potential. I see competency. I see hunger. I see passion. I see life. And I work with that. And when you look beyond color, you look beyond Muslim or Christian or Buddhist or atheist or agnostic or whatever. I'm a Christian. I'm a firm believer of Jesus Christ. I believe he's the Son of God. I have no shame in my game, but I'm never going to allow that to deflect me from what I believe, what I was born to do. So what keeps me going is people. I love people. And what makes me the most happiest is when I start seeing people applying the advice, succeeding, their family's life is changing, their kids' lives are changing, their life is changing. I come alive. No commission check can ever beat that feeling. What's your question?
What can we expect for 2026 where training and development is concerned, especially for the new people wanting to join?
Yeah, look, we've got levels of training. Obviously, there's partner level, there's sort of senior agents, there's guys that's still getting the basics. And I think one of the key things is that we want to get people the average income. Our training is going to be aimed to get everyone at a level where no estate agent in this company walks away with less than 600,000 in a year in their own pocket. I think that's one of the key goals that we are achieving, and lines up with our people first sort of motto. So that's one of the things, and we are focusing a lot on this type of thing, to get people to be brilliant agents, but also to be brilliant on this. And then to display that mastery that people don't see online, we get it online, so that we can get your name out there, so that your business can grow, your family can do better, you can do better. And that's really what we're going to focus on in a nutshell in 2026. Well, if you just joined us, thank you for watching. It's been a great show. Thank you on TikTok Live on my channel. Thank you for all the support, all the love. And to the technical team behind the scenes, Roderick, Tulufelu, and Dereline with a trench coat mafia jacket. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. Until next time, Gary Phelps, Icon Rock TV. Thanks for watching.